The James Webb Space Telescope has just dropped some jaw-dropping, and honestly, a little unsettling, news about the early universe. Scientists are now saying that the galaxies they've spotted from way back past the cosmic dark ages look almost like mirror images of our own Milky Way, and there are way more of them than anyone expected, all within the first billion years after the Big Bang. This totally flips what we thought we knew about how the universe grew up. Our current theories say the universe should have evolved in a pretty orderly way, starting simple and slowly getting more complex. But what we're seeing? It's like someone hit the fast forward button and handed us a galaxy that looks shockingly mature and familiar right out of the gate. And the surprises don't stop there. As scientists zoom in deeper and deeper on this ancient universe, they keep finding more galaxies than anyone expected. So many, in fact, that it's making some people wonder if the universe even has a clear beginning or end. Some researchers are starting to say it looks like we might be staring at a mirror image of our own universe, right near the Big Bang itself. That idea shakes the very foundation of what we thought we knew, and it raises some seriously big questions. Is the universe really evolving in any predictable way at all? Thanks for tuning in. Before we dive deeper, don't forget to like this video and subscribe to our channel so you don't miss what's coming next. Now, here's where it gets even more interesting. Lior Shamir, an associate professor at Kansas State University, has some pretty worrying insights about what James Webb is showing us. He says that instead of revealing a universe full of baby galaxies just starting to grow, the telescope is showing large, mature galaxies way earlier than they should exist. If the Big Bang timeline is right, some of these galaxies are technically older than the universe itself, and that's a huge problem. Take a look at this image. Meet Julong, a galaxy that's blowing scientists' minds and totally rewriting the playbook on how the universe works. Astronomers just discovered Julong using the James Webb Telescope, and get this, it's a fully formed spiral galaxy. Not only that, but it's the oldest spiral galaxy ever found in the early universe. This galaxy was already mature when the universe was just about 1 billion years old, which is super, super young in cosmic terms. To put that in perspective, our universe today is about 13.8 billion years old. Here's the part that's really freaking out scientists. Spiral galaxies like Julong, with those beautiful, well-defined arms, aren't supposed to exist this early. Our current models say these galaxies should take billions of years to form, slowly growing through messy mergers with smaller galaxies. But Julong, it's already got a central bulge packed with old stars, a bright disk where new stars are forming, and those clear spiral arms, just like our Milky Way. It's like looking at a grown-up galaxy in a toddler universe. In fact, that's why scientists are calling it the most distant Milky Way twin we've ever seen. Its size and structure just don't make sense based on the standard cosmological model, which is the foundation of how we think the universe formed and evolved. Mengyuan Xiao, the lead author of the study and a postdoc at the University of Geneva, put it simply, what makes Julong so mind-blowing is just how much it looks like the Milky Way. Same shape, similar size, and close in stellar mass. Even though Julong is definitely older than our galaxy, you could almost mistake it for the Milky Way's little sibling. The research shows that Julong's star-forming disk stretches about 60,000 light-years across, compared to our Milky Way's 100,000 light-years. In terms of mass, Julong packs about 100 billion times the mass of our Sun, while the Milky Way weighs in at around 1.5 trillion solar masses. Still, Julong is the biggest Milky Way lookalike we've ever spotted so early in the universe's history. But here's the kicker. Julong isn't the only one. We're seeing several spiral galaxies that look surprisingly like our own, popping up way earlier than scientists expected. You might remember Ceres 2112, a galaxy James Webb found back in 2023. It's about 11.7 billion light-years away, so we're seeing it as it was when the universe was just a toddler. And even then, it already had those classic spiral arms we associate with the Milky Way. Just recently, astronomers discovered another massive, wheel-like galaxy from the early universe that looks like a giant cousin to our own. Webb's data is showing us there are a lot more of these early, mature spiral galaxies than we thought. Julong is just one star on a growing list of Milky Way lookalikes, and honestly, it's giving scientists a major headache. Why? Because our current understanding says galaxies like the Milky Way should take billions of years to form and mature. Our own galaxy took about 13 billion years to become what it is today. So how are we seeing galaxies that look this evolved just 1 billion years after the Big Bang? It just doesn't add up. Now, some scientists are asking the big question: why does the early universe look so much like the universe we live in now? It's almost like we're seeing cosmic twins in the past, and nobody really knows how they got so grown up so fast. This is forcing us to rethink everything we thought we knew about how galaxies form. And if that wasn't wild enough, James Webb has just dropped another bombshell. In brand new research, scientists say they've found galaxies even beyond what we thought possible. According to their analysis, Webb has spotted galaxies with redshift values over 15, and maybe even as high as 20. For those not familiar, redshift is a way astronomers measure how far back in time we're looking. The higher the number, the older the light we're seeing. A redshift of 15 or more means we're looking at galaxies when the universe was just about 100 million years old, practically newborn, just moments after the Big Bang. In this study, the team handpicked 10 objects from Webb's deep space catalog. These candidates have the exact colors and properties to suggest they're sitting at redshifts between 15 and 20. That makes them some of the oldest galaxies ever spotted. Now here's the jaw-dropper. If these galaxies really are that ancient, they must have formed insanely fast, just a few million years after the Big Bang. That's way earlier than any current theory says is possible. Of course, scientists are naturally skeptical. They want to run detailed follow-up tests, called spectroscopy, to nail down exactly how far away and how old these galaxies really are. But if those tests confirm what Webb's seeing, it could totally shake up the foundations of modern cosmology. Astronomer Cosmin Ely, Gillian Palin, and Catherine Fries just dropped some mind-blowing results from their infrared observations of the early universe using the James Webb Space Telescope. They found 3 mysterious objects that at first glance look like galaxies. But here's the kicker: they might actually be dark stars. Yeah, you heard that right. Dark stars aren't just science fiction anymore. These researchers might have actually found them. So, what's a dark star? Imagine the very first stars to form, roughly 200 million years after the Big Bang. Remember, the universe is about 14 billion years old, so this is super early on. These first stars? They could have been totally different from the stars we see today. Instead of shining thanks to nuclear fusion like our sun, these dark stars might have been powered by dark matter. Here's how it works. At the center of these stars, there's a dense concentration of dark matter particles. When these particles collide, they annihilate, and whatever energy comes from that gets trapped inside the star, lighting it up in a way we've never seen before. But wait, there's more. Webb's latest observations are also shaking up how we think the universe expands. Scientists have found that the expansion rate of the early universe doesn't match the rate we see closer to home. This mismatch, called cosmic tension, is becoming impossible to ignore. And if the universe isn't expanding at a consistent rate everywhere, that opens a huge can of worms. What if the universe doesn't even have a single, fixed age? What if it's older in some spots and younger in others? That idea flips everything we thought we knew about cosmology on its head. Up until now, the early universe was thought to be a quiet, dark void with no galaxies for hundreds of millions of years after the Big Bang. But Webb has shattered that idea by spotting galaxies just a few hundred million years after the universe began, even during what was once called the cosmic dark ages. Some of these galaxies even look like our own Milky Way, complete with spiral arms and detailed structure. And here's the kicker. This strange, uneven expansion of the universe raises a chilling possibility. What if the universe's age isn't one number, but varies by location? That would mean we might have to completely rethink the story of how the universe began. These jaw-dropping discoveries are pushing scientists to explore bold new theories. Nobel laureate Roger Penrose, for example, suggests our universe might have sprung from a previous one. Others imagine a mirror universe that existed before the Big Bang. Some even question whether the universe ever had a beginning at all. It might have just always been there. There are even ideas that the whole expansion of the universe could be an illusion. And maybe dark matter and dark energy? They might not be real after all. If you found this as fascinating as we do, drop your thoughts in the comments. We'd love to hear from you. And if you haven't already, please give us a thumbs up and subscribe for more cosmic updates. Thanks for watching. We'll see you in the next video.